Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Nandito na naman po si Yuri Saito to learn with me, brand ambassador ng World of Feng Shui and business partner. Ano po ang ating topic ngayong taon? Ano po ang topic natin ngayong araw na to? It's everything hinders on calendar. It's the almanac or the calendar. Once again, we are reminded of the energies at the moment. Puro energies tayo, no? The cycles of time that give meaning to changes of energies as we move closer to the end of another year. Astrology and Feng Shui are inseparable from both the lunar and the solar calendar. Hindi po yan magkakahiwalay, inseparable, okay? This is why at the start of each new year, it becomes so important to get intimately acquainted with new patterns of energies revealed in the calendar. So, everything hinges on the calendar, and we look at all the charts that reveal the different star influences on the different calendar days. These charts disclose how the days of the year are affected by the way the destiny stars fly around the compass, combining with the influence of elements, trigrams, and numbers. The combinations are what reveal also the destiny of different animal signs through the new year. Every new year has new lucky and unlucky days. So we need to have the almanac that was made for us by my Grandmaster Lillian too. This results from how the elements, attributes, and trigrams of the days interact. Experts calculate the effect of these influences to come up with lucky days for undertaking specific events. And there are lucky days to marry. Yan, lucky days to marry. You have to get your almanac or the calendar that was being made for us by my Grandmaster Lillian too. So, to start a new job, to travel, to launch a new project. Indeed, there are lucky days for almost every kind of activity. Pati pagpapagupit, pati bibili ng damit, tapos pati ang pagbibili ng loto, kung gusto ninyo ng manalo, nandun po lahat. Yun, nandun naman sa diary. Okay. But the calculation of the lucky days can be complicated because to all the attributes listed, there must also be added the influence of the moon in its passage through the 28 constellations. So we have 15 days of the new moon and 15 days of the full moon. The planetary cycle, which means the movements of the 7 vital planets affecting our destinies. O, diba? These planets influence the destiny of the 7 days of the week. And hence, the lunar calendar usually exerts great influence on the luck of days. Some calendar experts take into account other influence as well. Tibetans, for instance, examine the calculation of the Kala Chakra effects and the Buddha days on the cycle of time, while the Chinese examine the annual energies of the 28 lunar mansions. The Indians, meanwhile, also input the impact of their holy days. O, diba? Complicating, but if you have the almanac, you can understand it. To determine whether or not any given day is auspicious or inauspicious, swerte or hindi swerte, we need to calculate how all the elements combine. It is easy to make big mistakes when there are so many variables to consider. It is not advisable then to try and do this calculation on an ad hoc basis. It is easier and more accurate to depend on the calculation undertaken by the expert, who then compile them into an easy-to-use almanac. So, get the almanac. Bakit kailangan pang i-calculate or learn to how to calculate everything? World of Feng Shui had already given us the almanac which my Grandmaster Lilian Tu had made for us. Now, the lunar calendar. The Asian traditions place greater emphasis on the impact of the moon. And in fact, we believe that our daily lives are very much linked to the phases of the moon's waxing and waning cycles. That is the new moon and the full moon. It is already acknowledged that lunar cycles affects the levels of the sea, the growth rate of plants, the weather, the women's cycle, monthly cycle, yung pagre-regla natin, menstruation, and also the human being's psychic characteristics. We believe that during the time of the full moon, our psychic powers are at their peak, malakas. Thus, on full moon days, every action is fueled by stronger and more extreme, passionate energy. This is when prayers take on greater power. O, ayan na yung marunong mag-meditate. Now you know when will you do the meditation or prayers for greater power. When actions exert a heavier impact. When accidents and violence tend to occur suddenly and more frequently. Ayan, tandaan po ninyo yan. Full moon days are always regarded as a special days by those who believe in the power of the moon radiance to add strength to one's psychic skills. So, gumawa si Madam Lilian ng yung it's a mirror. And then, if you want to energize it during full moon, you can. Para yung kanyang power is more greater. Para maging powerful yung mirror na hawak mo na ginawa nila ng World of Feng Shui. So, Feng Shui done on full moon days is believed to have great effect. Feng Shui done on full moon days is believed to have great effect, especially when it has to do with the placement of auspicious new objects in the home. So ngayon yung mga magpapa-feng shui, it should be in the full moon. Huwag kayong magpapa-feng shui ng in the new moon. And then, yung mga feng shui objects ninyo, that is good to put inside your home. The power of the lunar influence is something Buddhists take seriously, so that full moon days are also prayer days and meditation days. So full moon days are for prayer days and meditation days. These are the days when performing shamanic and tantric rituals brings a higher rate of success. Now you learn. And I learned too. The intensity of energy during full moon days can also be harnessed to perform yogic feats such as flying, jumping to enormous heights, and walking great distances at superhuman speeds. Feats that many lay people might well regard as superhuman or magical. Full moon days are excellent for practicing a full round of Tibetan yogic rites of rejuvenation, a series of 5 exercises believed to enhance the spinning of the 7 chakras of the human body. Supposedly, a powerful way to reverse the aging process. Oh, now you learn and I learn too. The moon, however, is regarded as the planet of impermanence, of change and fluidity. It is viewed as moving rather quickly across the great skies, and so it is often thought of being a transitory phenomenon. The light of the moon is considered a reflection, much like the mirror of the earth. The moon is often associated with occurrence of psychic phenomena, changing emotions, unattainable dreams, and illusory imaginings. These occasions make the moon a popular symbol of contemplation and meditation. When you gaze at the moon, any agitation you may be experiencing will leave you. So it's magical. You will become calm. Your mind will be get pacified. When the year nears its calendar end and the energies of the new year starts to unfold and become strong, that is a good time to gaze the moon. Tandaan nyo yan. In the last 3 full months of the waning lunar year, it is regarded as incredibly auspicious to use a brass mirror to capture the image of the moon in all its shining glory. Yun yung sinasabi ko na, for example, this is the mirror that it is made by World of Feng Shui, kasi may mga mantras, because World of Feng Shui mirrors has a powerful mantras. So for example, this is the mirror, right? And then at your back is the moon. The moon should reflect in the mirror. You must look the mirror. You must look the moon in your mirror. And then you are now energizing your own mirror. Okay? You have to capture the image of the moon in all its shining glory. The mirror should then be kept close to your body to enhance your fortunes. Ayun, enhance your fortunes through the following year. Moon energy brings beauty, calm, and inner strength that adds to your life force and inner essence. It's really very, 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 very interesting talaga ito. The sun, on the other hand, maganda rin yun, is associated with creative, worldly self. With expansion, personal will, and ambition, the sun personifies the characteristic of domination. The sun empowers and strengthens, but it is power of a worldly kind. It activates the 5 elements of the wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Unlike the moon, sun and moon is different. Unlike the moon, its cycle is daily. But the sun alternates day with the moon's night. How strong the power of the sun is does not change with the days, unlike the moon. The sun is always strong, always bright, always young. Young is alive, okay? When you are in need of greater willpower to fuel your actions and projects, eto na. You can capture the sun's energy. Ano ang dapat mong gawin? This is done not by holding a mirror, no, to the sun, but by displaying the 3 suns aided by the 3-legged bird. Saan kayo makakakuha niyan? It's only in World of Feng Shui. Having the 3 suns in the home invites the energies of the sun, which complements the energy of the full moon. The solar calendar is more dominant in Western astrology, but the Chinese also have their own solar calendar, sometimes called the Hixia calendar. This is one of the Feng Shui's more prominent formulas that deals with the time dimension uses the solar calendar to chart the quality of days with respect to the strength for different kinds of activities. The Feng Shui practitioner and astrologer must thus be mindful of which calendar is being used when it comes to selecting lucky and unlucky days. Both calendars have their characteristics and attributes. The skill of the practitioner lies in selecting the calendar that is appropriate for the activity being performed, and it also depends on the formula and method being applied to improve things. So, kailangan meron kayong calendar. The calendar and diary is different. Calendar is the almanac and what do you call this? The diary that has been made by World of Feng Shui is different. But there are lots of information, both of it goes together. Hindi po pwede magkahiwalay yun kasi nandun po lahat. There are lots of information, both the almanac and the diary. So if I were you, please get your almanac and diary because nandyan lahat ang good days and bad days ng signing contract, launching the product, launching a business dito naman sa diary, and then transferring a house, renovation, what else, getting married, or ano pa ba yung nandun? Yung pagsusugal, meron din. Seeing a doctor, buying a house, and then marami. Dito sa diary, it's different. But the same po sila. Marami lang pong mga information na makukuha po ninyo dito sa both diary and the almanac, which is the calendar. They are both calendar, but it is different. Kasi ang dami pong information. Those who have that, talaga pong they are enjoying it because they learn. They know kung kailan sila pwedeng, tawag dito, mag-push sa gusto nilang mangyari sa mga buhay nila. So, dito na po nagtatapos ang tungkol sa mga calendar na kailangan nating gawin para ma-avoid natin ang mga bad days na gusto natin. For example, may gusto tayong mangyari sa buhay natin, anong tawag dito, yung renovation, yung nga sinasabi ko, signing of contract, nandun po lahat ng mga dates, nandun po, at saka yung ruling animal of the day, you should know that. At saka, for my last video, sinabi ko po doon yung, wag po kayong lilipat ng bahay kung it will be a clash on your animal sign. So, it is not good. Ayun po. Doon po sa almanac na yan and diary na yan, nandyan po nakasulat po lahat. So, get it. Napakamura lang po. So, you need to have it para ma-clarify lahat yung mga tanong ninyo tungkol sa lahat. Napaka-informative po yang almanac and calendar, almanac and diary. At huwag po ninyong itatapon yan. Kasi ang dami pong mga matututo po kayo doon. Marami po kayong matututunan. Huwag po kayong magtatapon ng almanac and diary. Even if it is past already, natapos na 2010 or 2009 or 8 or whatsoever, kung bumibili po kayo, wag nyong itatapon dahil napaka-informative po ang nakasulat dyan. So, mga ka-Feng Shui, dito na po nagtatapos ang aking pagtuturo. To learn with me about the calendar, sa lahat po na hindi pa po nakakapag-subscribe sa aking channel, just click the button, kalimbangin para lahat ng mga information or darating na mga videos ko ay ma-inform ko kayo. So, ako po si Julia Saito na nagsasabing, what is evil and hold on to what is good. Do not let evil defeat you, instead conquer evil to good. Sayonara, bye-bye!